today's video is a happy one. I passed my driving test. Yeah, so I passed my test, and yeah, that's to me is pretty crazy. Like, I've been driving for about nearly a year now, so I just really wanted to pass this test, and because driving lessons are really expensive, so I just wanted to actually start saving up for my car and yeah, not have to keep paying for driving lessons. But yeah, I passed my driving test first time. So I've got my driving test report, and I got five faults in total. Yeah. So my actual test was on Halloween, the 31st, and it went so well. Like, it couldn't have gone any better, I don't think. So I got a female instructor person to do the test. Because you just get a random person basically on the day, and yeah, I got her, and yeah, so the process is basically you like show them your provisional license, they write down your ID number, whatever, and then you basically go out and get your car, and the first thing they'll get you to do is basically like look at a number plate that's 20 meters away, and then they will make you read that just to check that your eyesight is on point, and if it's not, then wave goodbye to your £62, because if you don't get the eyesight test done properly, they will cancel the they'll cancel the test and you will lose your money. So yeah, so I passed that, and then we went to the car, and I couldn't open the car. I knew that the key had the unlock button, but because I've never opened the car, my instructor's always been in the car, so I didn't have to open the car. But so I was like pressing the buttons, I'm like, crap, how do you open the car? Like, really dumbly, like a dumb person, and it was kind of awkward. And then we got in the car, we did the show me tell me questions, and I think I got one of my show me tell me questions wrong. So one of those were wrong. Basically, she said my questions were clean the front window and the back window, and I honestly just, my mind went blank. I could not even operate the window cleaner, the window washer. Like, I was just randomly putting like the window washer button, the window washer thing, steering wheel, and I was just like randomly pressing it, like putting it forwards, putting it backwards, and it just wasn't going to plan, and she just started laughing. I was shook, because like I didn't expect my test day person to be so like calm and stuff. It just made me a bit more calmer. Yeah, so then the second question was, I actually can't remember what the second question was, but it was pretty easy. I think I got that one right. And then after that, it was my first manoeuvre, and it was a bay park, which I'm excellent at doing. I'm actually really good at bay parks, and because I had parked the car before my test in like basically the same bay, I pretty much could park perfectly. And so I parked, and I was like, oh, it's not perfectly parked, let me drive out and reverse back. But she was like, no, it doesn't have to be perfect, you've done it, it's fine, we can move on. So yeah, so that was really good. And then we drove out, and because at my test centre in Reading, like, it's a there's a stop sign before you get to the road, so I had to stop, look both ways, then go onto the footpath, look both ways, and then go. So yeah, and then we started with the test, and it went so well. Like, I just thought I did think I failed, because I have this thing that I just think I failed all the time, but because in my mock tests I failed every single mock test, like I didn't pass anything, so I was like, right, I'm gonna fail on the day, and yeah, I passed, but I also had an emergency brake during the test to do as a manoeuvre, and that went really well. Yeah, because I thought I didn't stop in time, but she said nope, that's fine, let's move on. I was just so happy about that, because the emergency brake I'd only practiced twice, like twice or 3 times, so before that, and I was just so happy that it went well. Like, it couldn't have gone any better, that test, unless I'd got less faults, then it would have been bad, but you know, can't have it all, I guess. Like, there's always that one person, like I've only done my test once, but there's always people, like people always say there's always this one instructor that's horrible, he will hate you, whatever. Luckily the person that my instructor didn't like actually left just as we were coming into the test centre, so I was like, oh, I was so happy about that. But I mean, yeah, I'd heard so many bad things about him, I just didn't want to get that guy. But I mean, if you're a really good driver, at the end of the day it's about how good you drive. My test day person actually said that it was a really good drive, and the only things like she said that a few things I did were probably based on nerves, so like I was actually so shocked when I passed. You know, stay focused. So I guess the next big thing is to buy my car. Until then, I will just, I don't know really, just be excited all the time for my car. Yeah, sorry, I've got a cold and I'm just kind of like a bit disorientated, so yeah. Yeah, so if you have any questions, I will try my best to answer them. I would say a few tips that I could give would be like, try and be calm. Honestly, it's only 40 minutes, less than 40 minutes even. My mock test, I was actually more nervous on my mock test than I was on my actual test, so like I was sweating and stuff, so I'm just thankful and blessed that I passed. Also, look at your mirrors like a lot. Don't just, like, I've seen this on another video, but don't just be like that, like looking, like actually turn your head, check like right mirror, middle mirror, left mirror, when you're turning right or left, you know, center right or center left, then like do that, stuff like that. Also, when you're reversing, make sure your observations are like really good, because the last thing you want is to fail on observations or fail on knocking someone over, God forbid. Like when you reverse, like you don't want to do that. Also, indicate when you're pulling up in a safe spot. They might ask you to ignore the driveways, stuff like that. Always indicate, but then cancel your indicator, because I like didn't cancel my indicator and I was like, crap, yeah, like cancel it. And yeah, just make sure little things like that, they can, you know, cause you to fail. Until the next video, bye.